Welcome you once again in the class of drug discovery. So we were studying about the new drug, why we require the new drug. So this is about the complexity of the what is the complexity that we face when we design the new drug. So here we can see a lot of things are written here on this slide. So this is the process. So here you can see the one to discover the one drug molecule, we start from the 10,000 molecules. So among them we can select. So there are the different criteria. Okay, and we can discover the new drug on the basis of by testing these drugs. Like here you can see we have the 10,000 drug candidate molecule. Candidate molecules means we have to select among these drugs among few. So there is the criteria. We should have target. Why we need the drug? What is the target? According to that, we have to select the drugs, few drugs. Then we have to now among 10,000 drugs, how you are going to exclude the drugs? So these are the criteria. These are the different criteria. On the basis of these criteria, you can exclude the drugs and you can select the few drugs on which you can work, and you can modify the one and you can discover the one molecule. Okay. So here you can see you can see you will take the selected drug. So you will see the drug will work for that disease or not. So that will be your criteria. So that way selectively you will choose. So there is selectiveness of that drug. Potency, you need to see the potency, that drug is potential or not. Okay, the drug on which you are working, it should have the potential, it should work against the target. Okay, so on the basis of that, okay, now thing is that why, if the drug is already it is the potent drug, so why you are trying to modify that drug? So you always try to modify the drug so that it has the improved function, improved potency, improved efficacy. Okay, because there is the problem of the drug resistance and so many problems. So previously we have discussed why we need the new drug, because sometimes it doesn't show the effect, the drug resistance problem also. So that's why we need the drug. So here you can see, okay, the drug is physically stable or not. The drug is solubility is the criteria, permeability, metabolically stable, non-inducing, reversible. Okay, durability क्या है? Non-teratogenic means it should not have the side effect to the embryo or the pregnant lady. So, okay, if it should not cross the placenta. So non-mutagenic means it should not be cancerous. So there are so many criteria. These are the criteria. On the basis of these criteria, we can select the drug and we can reach up to the one drug molecule. Then we can manufacture that drug. We can do some modification and we can use that drug. So previously we have discussed why we need the drug, but these are the criteria also for the drug discovery process. So I have the problem and the moving the slides. Okay, now come to the drug discovery and development process. So these are the steps. Identify the disease. The first of all, identify the disease. Okay, so isolate proteins involved in 2 to 5 years. So we try to isolate the proteins pathogen. First of all, we identify the pathogen, then we isolate the protein, that is the antigen, then we design the drug against that. So after that we do the preclinical testing, find a drug effective against disease protein. So this takes the 2 to 5 years process. So in the preclinical testing it takes 1 to 3 year process. So first of all, we try to find a drug that is effective against the disease protein. So in the laboratory we do that. If we find a drug, then we do the preclinical testing. Means it will be effective against the patient or not. So we do the preclinical testing. Okay, we test it on the animals. We do the laboratory testing. Then we proceed. Okay, then we do the scaling. Okay, and then we do the dose determination. There are the different process, the preclinical testing and laboratory testing, clinical trials. So there are the different types of process. So before the clinical trials, we have to file the IND. Any companies, any industry, the industry, they design the drug, they file the IND, introduction of new drug, IND means we have to file this is the process, IND is the process, okay, for the clinical trials to be done. So in this figure you can see how this involves. So clinical trial takes the 2 to 10 years, okay. Then the drug is approved by the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, okay, Food and Drug Administration, okay. So this, after the clinical trials, the drug has been approved by the FDA. So before that the IND will be filed, introduction of the new drug. This is the multi-step process, IND. So we study this IND process in the separate lecture. So here in this figure you can see there are the different steps. This is the multi-step process. The modern drug discovery process consists of multiple steps. So these are called target identification, target validation, lead identification, lead optimization, preclinical phase, and drug discovery. Okay, finally we discover the drug. So first step is the target identification. Target means for which we are designing the drug. Means we should have the protein of the pathogens. We should have the target molecule for which we are designing the drug. Then we test the new drug against the target. According to the target, we design the drug. Okay. The first step is target identification. Okay. So in the drug identification, we identify the target molecule. So there may be the multiple targets, there may be the more than one target, but we have to identify the drug target. Protein means what is the cause of the disease. Target is the means what are the causes of the disease. We have to identify that target molecule. Okay. So initially we can have more than one target. After the analysis, after the laboratory testing, after doing the research, we can discover which one is the target molecule. After the identification of the target molecule, so this is the process, the target validation, that which target we should select. There can be the more than one target, there can be the whole pathway. From the pathway and disease process pathway, we can select the one protein. So which one is the most potential target? We should select the potential target. What is the criteria of the selection of the target? It should work, means it should be the essential for the growth and replication of the pathogen. If it is the essential for the growth and replication of the pathogen, bacteria or virus, that will be the best target molecule. Means without the target molecule, pathogen should not survive. If there is the essential compulsion, that is essentially present in the pathogen, that will work as the best target. Which one will be the best target molecule? means it should be essential for the growth and replication of the bacteria and virus. For the pathogen, it should be essential. Then only the target molecule will be effective. If you are designing, and you can inhibit that target molecule. You can design the drug, you can take the chemical drug to inhibit that protein. In that way, the bacteria and pathogen will be killed or prevented. Okay. So target is validated. Means which one will be the more potential target? That is essential for the growth and replication of the pathogenic bacteria and virus. Okay, this is the one criteria. And what is the another criteria? There is another criteria. What is that? It should not be homologous. The protein and target should not be homologous to the human protein. It should be non-homologous to the human protein. Okay, if the protein or target molecule is homologous to the human protein, that will cause the more side effect in the human. Because if we have selected the target of the pathogen or bacteria, the protein is the same in the human also, that will also kill the human. Because we eat the drug, we take the drug, so that will also work against the human if we will take the target molecule. Like cytochrome oxidase enzyme. Cytochrome enzyme is also essential for the bacteria and human also. But we cannot take that protein as a target molecule because that will also kill us. So the protein, that is another criteria. Protein should be non-homologous to the human proteins. So in that, how we do that? We compare, we do the comparison, we do the homology search, we do the protein structure analysis, homology search using the computation analysis, using the bioinformatics methods. So for that, we can discover what can be the potential target, which target we should select. Is it clear to you now? How we can validate the target? Target validation is done on the basis of that. It should be the non-homologous to the human protein, means to all the proteins. We have to compare the one single target against whole genome or whole proteome of the human. That can be done using FASTA program. Okay. So on the basis of these two criteria, you can validate the target, or there are the different criteria. But these are the two most important criteria, and the target protein should be essential for the growth and application of the virus and protein. Then you will target that protein, you will give the drug against that, so that bacteria, pathogen will be killed, not the human. Okay, so it will have the minimum side effect. Okay, so then come to the matter lead identification. So lead means now we have to identify the chemical molecule, lead molecule that can work against this target. Okay, target molecule. What is the lead molecule? Because there may be different sources, there may be natural sources. From that natural source we need to identify which one is the active molecule that actually work against the disease. Sometimes we take the natural medicines, natural plant extract, and it is effective against the disease, but we do not know what is the lead molecule. So we need to identify the lead molecule, means active molecule of the drug. So after the identification of the lead molecule, because this lead molecule doesn't change in our body, it reach at the target molecule. What is lead molecule? Because this will reach at the target. There is a long pathway. When we consume the drug, there is the absorption, oral absorption of the drug. Okay, and there is a long process. Okay, it is consumed in our body. Long process means multi-step process. Absorption, metabolism. After that, okay, the lead molecule reach at the target. It inhibit the target molecule. So how we will identify the lead molecule? Lead molecule can be identified. It is working against the target or not in the laboratory. So in the laboratory we can identify. After that there is the lead optimization process. What is lead optimization? Because at the starting we will select multiple lead molecule. We will take multiple lead molecule like the multiple target. So among the multiple lead molecules we have to identify potential lead molecule. So this will be identified in the lead optimization process. What is lead optimization? Means among the few lead molecules, like there are 10,000 molecules, we need to identify one. So how we will reach at one from 10,000 molecules to one? So that is called lead optimization. So that will be done like we will keep the criteria what we need. We will optimize, do the optimization. Mean the protein is essential for the pathogenic bacteria or not. A protein should be non-homologous, and there are the other criteria also. In the previous slide I have shown you, there are the different criteria. It should be non-teratogenic, it should be non-mutagenic, okay. It should be, there are the multi-step criteria. Solubility, teratogenicity means there are the different criteria. On the basis of that we can optimize, we can do the lead optimization. In the previous slide I have shown you. Then okay, so this is called lead optimization process. In this we also do the analysis of the lead molecule has the drug likeness property or not. It should follow the Lipinski rule also, like the hydrogen bond donor, acceptor, and partition coefficient should be in the within the range, means 1 to 5 range. A molecular weight should not be higher than the 500. Okay, so this is the criteria for the lead optimization. Then we select the lead molecule, because if the drug has a more out of range partition coefficient, so it will have the side effect. If it doesn't follow up the Lipinski rule, it will have the side effect. If the drug has a molecular weight higher than 500, then also it will cause the side effect. So after that we proceed for the preclinical phase, preclinical testing. Okay, this also takes the 6 to 9 years. So we do the different types of the preclinical testing. Preclinical means it is not given to the patient, so it is applied to the other kind of animals, or in the laboratory we can test. We do the laboratory testing also, and we applied on the other animal. Okay, for the testing we do the microarray testing also. So there are the different types of process. In the microarray analysis we have studied how the proteins are, how the drug can be applied to the target and the changes can be observed. We have separate lecture on the microarray analysis also, so you can watch my lecture on the microarray analysis. Then we finally reach at the step of drug discovery. Okay, so we do the preclinical trial, then we do the clinical trials. So IND is filed there if we find out the new drug, if any R&D. Drug discovery is an expensive process involving high R&D cost and extensive clinical testing. So cost is very high, but time is very long, 10 to 25 years. It costs an average of 1,000 to 1,500 million US dollars. Now lecture is over.